Okay, so Naughty Dog, the Sony-owned studio that created Uncharted and The Last of Us, seems to be in a bit of hot water right now because one of their former talents has claimed that he was sexually harassed while working for the company. And when he went to the HR department to tell them after having a mental breakdown, they fired him the next day. And upon firing the person, they offered him $20,000 for him never to speak on the subject ever again. Now, we hear stories about sexual harassment in the workplace quite often, but it's rare to hear that it's from a man's point of view. Typically, it is a woman being coerced into sexual acts because of a higher up who is a male authority figure in the company. This time, it's a little reversed, being that the victim is a man. Now, we don't know whether he was harassed by a female or another male. But for argument's sake, let's say that it was another male of the company. Now, keep in mind that this is all speculation at the moment, and currently Naughty Dog is denying that anything of the sort ever happened. But the reason I bring up this story is because I, as a man, have been somewhat sexually assaulted by another man. Now, keep in mind, this is not really a sensitive subject to me because I'm quite sure of my sexuality, and as a 6 foot tall black guy, I'm pretty intimidating, right? So I can defend myself here. But it's interesting when it happens. Like right now, off the top of my head, I can remember two times in university where once a student sexually assaulted me. Another was when a university teacher would offer me high grades if I were to perform sexual acts on him. Then there were times when I was at my job after university where I was assaulted by men, and this doesn't count the times that I go out to clubs and I would be hit on by men. But typically they're pretty nice. You tell them that you're not gay or bisexual, and they just leave you alone for the most part. And every now and again you get the really aggressive ones who say things like, "How do you know you wouldn't like it if you don't give it another try?" And then they try to talk to you about, rub on you in some uncomfortable fashion. Look, I'm not giving these examples to, put myself down here. As I said here, this has become such a recent occurrence in my life that my friends, they would joke on me for that. As a man, you're taught to tough it out. And as a defense mechanism, I jokingly say that maybe it's because I look like I have dick sucking lips or something. Plus, I always figured that, if feminine men were hitting on me, that should at least mean that, women would be attracted to me. At least by default, that means that I'm not unattractive. Now, as I said before, I'm not really threatened by any of this because, as I said, I'm a very large man. No one's taken anything from me, right? But for the others, they might feel very threatened by this and it could affect them very much. But the point of this video is just to signal boost, to get the message out there to the people who would listen to it and to get a discussion started. Men can be vulnerable to sexual assault. That is a thing, and people should look out for that. Anyway, if you have any thoughts about it, put your comments down. And, well, this hasn't exactly been the easiest thing to talk about now, has it? Anyway, y'all take care, and I'll talk to you in my next video.